It's the season opener for NASA Norcal. We brought down 5 spec Miatas and the 72 E46. Mixed weather tomorrow for qualifying, and then should be dry for the race, so should be an interesting weekend. All right, quick tour of our garage. This thing's pretty trick right here. It's a power station, so on this side we have all fluids and spare rags. This side is all of our electronics that need to be charged, so batteries for our guns. It's going to be a wet-dry race, so we have tons of jack stands, jacks, wet tires, dry tires, more wets, dries for the 72, wets for the 72, Maxus obviously. Fresh VR1s mounted. We're getting 2 more cars tonight, so it should be pretty full with 4 cars, 5 cars. Morning, Saturday morning. Right now, didn't really film a whole lot yesterday. It was just me and Justin over a couple cars, so it was pretty busy. There's a lot of repairs to do in preparation to get them ready for today. So walking to the garage right now. All the cars are here right now, and we work pretty late in the night getting just like odds and ends set up for them.
Go Magic Developed.
So rain's come down. We just sent out the 72 car. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is raining. 72 cars out on track. We're going to be qualifying for the ST5 race. We just threw on some brand new VR1s. Sunday morning, TT cars are on grid. We have Kevin and Chip on grid right now. They're about to go out. Kevin's on the VR1s. Chip's on, I think, RRs or RA1s. We'll get
Hi, this is Justin from Magic Developed, giving an update Sunday morning here at Sonoma. Yesterday was a quite long day. It's the first NASA weekend of the season. We've been blessed with mixed weather at best, lots of rain. With chances of dry, it makes the racing a bit chaotic. Yesterday was a really long day. We've been prepping the cars for 3 months, and it takes one race, one unfortunate incident to have things go wrong. So 57 lost a transmission yesterday. Third gear completely disappeared. Driver stated shifting into third gear either equaled third gear or went to the closet of Narnia and completely disappeared. Unfortunately, the 5 car was victim of a not really good racing incident that put it into the front straightaway wall. We have some major frame damage, subframe damage on this car. It was a pretty big lick into an unprotected concrete wall. So 50 car was qualified up front, running up front, and then the throttle cable snapped. And it's just one of those weekends so far where it's just one of those weekends in racing we all talk about, not a lot of experience, where it's like if anything can go wrong, it will. And we tried our best just to overcome it. We got 2 races today. Tomas is going to be coming from the back and charging pretty far through the field, is going to be my assumption. He was really happy with the car yesterday until that happened. 108 had a nice steady race. It was the only car that actually had nothing really go wrong with it yesterday. So it went through pretty fine. Driver's learning a lot there. And we're going out. I think 72 and 59 just rolled out on track for the first time trial session of the day. Mixed weather, so we're going to put a time in and see how it goes from there. We're hoping for a bit dry later, especially for the Spec Miata races, a couple of the later time trial sessions, and the Group C race. I think yesterday in 72 we ended up winning ST5 and TT5. Great result for the first day being on the Maxxis tires this year. Quite happy with how the VR1 and the RC1 are coping with the conditions and the lap speeds. 48.8 out of a TT5 car is pretty impressive around Sonoma. So beyond that, we're going to work hard today as a team and see how we can do in the 2 races for the Spec Miatas and time trial and ST for the other 2 cars.
So I've driven the Moroid Creative powered by Magic Develop car now for a couple 25s and a few TTs and races. We've been using a spec tire for a long time. And the Maxxis RC1s were absolute breath of fresh air. These tires are just right there with any other race tire. The VR1s did phenomenal today in the wet. Really showed what they could do, and it was raining pretty hard yesterday. And then these intermediate conditions, it's where it really plays its tune. Car's good, really balanced. We made some changes last night. Just a little bit of balanced camber. We had a little offset from our Thunderhill setup, and it brought the tire right in. RC1s were just super. So couldn't be happier. It was a lot of fun.
Hi, this is Justin again with another update from Magic Developed on the weekend. We ended up making good strides from yesterday. The 50 car with Tomas in it went from last to third in the wet race and actually ended up being second after a DQ. And then ended up finishing in the top 10 again in the third race this afternoon. Sonny also had a great 2 races today to wrap up his really good yesterday. Unfortunately, we found the 5 car after some deep inspections last night is pretty heavily damaged with some cracked and torn frame rails, cracked subframe, enough damage where we couldn't get it repaired to run today. And the 57 car did run this morning and eventually had another drivetrain issue, and we had to retire that one for this afternoon's race. 72 car, we really got to lay into the Maxxis RC1s again today. The VR1s did great work. Kevin ended up running the VR1s for both of the Group C races. We ended up sweeping the whole weekend in our class. So we'll take 3 wins, and we ended up winning both days in TT. We even set a new lap record today in TT5. That beats our old record on the previous tires we were using, so that tells us something. So we're gonna keep working on this relationship, keep working on the setup, and we're pretty happy with this Maxxis move, and the Maxxis RC1 and VR1s this weekend really showed true for us. 3 wins in ST5 and sweeping both days in TT5. So yeah, other than that, we're gonna get everything back to the shop, get ready for Thunderhill in a month,